Iśvara Pūrī class today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatapadakamam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadvaitam Parjanasaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakamatimscha He Krishna Karuna Sarvadhi Namanda Jagatpate Gopeshna Gopalakantara Kantanamostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभासुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पतरुश्चक्रवासन्दभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री सभी गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हुकम करत वाचा I neither have any qualification nor do I have any realization. So I seek the blessings of all authorities, so that whatever I heard in the past, I distribute it as a trying to be humble servant. I wish. I need your blessings. So then we don't decide the verse at all.
Whatever you like.
No,
You want to CC?
No, we have to decide the Bhagavad verse, because Nityam Bhagavad. We may topically different, but we decide the verse.
Well, we didn't schedule a verse today. But it is as you like. We can put a CC verse on the board for them to recite or whichever. Yeah.
You can do tomorrow's verse if you want.
Do tomorrow's verse.
Just don't repeat the verse.
Oh, it's 3:21:6.
Maitreya Vacha Prajasrijeti Bhagavan Kardamo Brahmanoditaha Saraswatyam Tapastepe Sahasranam Samadasa. The great sage Maitreya replied, commanded by Lord Brahma to beget children in the woods, the worshipful Kardamuni practiced penance on the bank of the river Saraswati for a period of 10,000 years. It is understood herein that Kardamuni meditated in yoga for 10,000 years before attaining perfection. Similarly, we have information that Valmiki also practiced yoga meditation for 60,000 years before attaining perfection. Therefore, yoga practice can be successfully performed by persons who have a very long duration of life, such as 100,000 years. In that way, it is possible to have perfection of yoga. Otherwise, there is no possibility of attaining real perfection. Following the regulation, controlling the senses and practicing the different sitting postures are merely the preliminary practices. We do not know how people can be captivated by the bogus yoga system, in which it is stated that simply by meditating 15 minutes daily, one can attain perfection by becoming one with God. This age, Kali Yuga, is the age of bluffing and quarrel. Actually, there is no possibility of attaining yoga perfection by such paltry proposals. The Vedic literature, for emphasis, clearly states 3 times that in this age of Kali, Kalo nasteva nasteva nasteva. There is no other alternative than Hare Rama, chanting the holy name of the Lord. So, I was asked to speak on Iśvara. Today's is the disappearance.
Yes.
Human life is actually meant for self-realization. Human life is meant to realize we are not this gross body, we are not a subtle mind or intelligence, but by doing practice of Bhakti Yoga under the guidance of a spiritual master and the senior devotees, we need to realize we are the spirit soul. God, we say Krishna, is beyond senses. We have to serve Him by our senses. He is the master of senses, but He is beyond our senses. The goal of life is to realize the master of senses who is beyond senses by rendering service with our senses. So if you see, it is like you are putting garland, but you cannot see him. You are putting this. That's why he comes in the form of Archa Vigraha, but he doesn't speak. So by rendering service to devotees and spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada, we eventually one day realize that master of senses who is beyond our senses. This is what Rampa Swami was speaking actually. He came to Michigan recently. I really liked it. So that's why we need a spiritual master who is a representative of Krishna. Very interestingly, every day we start our morning program with the Guru's prayers. Hare Krishna. So Ishvara Pūrī, Madhavendra Pūrī is the seed of love of God. Our tradition, our lineage directly comes from Krishna. One time, I'm sure you'll all be happy to hear this. One time, one devotee passed away, and local American devotee. So his father took the ashes to Mayapur. I was there on that day. Good friend of mine. So the priest, of course, Jarnivas Prabhu said, we will, part of offering, part of merging ashes into the Ganga, we'll invoke the blessings of all the ancestors. Means his grandfather, his great-grandfather, like that. Okay. So he asked his father what are the names. So it included their names. Then he included Srila Prabhupada because Prabhupada is the foundational Siksha Guru. He included his spiritual master Saraswati Thakur. Likewise, finally included Lord Chaitanya because he's in our lineage. He is our ancestor. Wow. He kept on going, finally included Radha and Krishna also. He's our family members. We are part of that family. Wow, that is great. So, in the lineage of Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, Madhavendra Pūrī is our Acharya is Madhvacharya. But in the connection between Madhva and Gaudiya Vaishnavism is Madhavendra Pūrī, the seed of love of God in this world. The 8th verse of Sikshastakam today we recited. The meaning of that verse, because it was spoken by Radharani, she knows the meaning of that verse. Because Lord Chaitanya is not different from Radha and Krishna, he knows the meaning of that verse. But there is only one more person who knows the meaning of that verse, that is Madhavendra Puri. Nobody else knows that verse. Nobody knows the meaning of that verse. So he is the seed of love of God. Advaita Acharya, Haridas Thakur, and Ishvara Puri also, they were his disciples. Illustrious disciples. He had so many disciples actually. So, Ishvara Puri took birth in Kumarhatta, part of Bengal, and he was initiated by Madhavendra Puri. So, Guru not only trains the disciple how to practice bhakti, Guru also trains the disciple how to live this world also, how to live this body. Sarira yati iti sariram. Body means that which is going to be slowly destroyed. Whether you are a cinema star, or a Hollywood star, or a rich man, billionaire, or a simple householder, or even a monk. What is body? That which is going to be slowly destroyed. You go to doctor, I'm getting some pain. Doctor says, result doesn't say anything, come after 6 months. We'll come to know. Why? That's when the disease will manifest. So, so Guru trains also the disciple how to live this body. It's great when everything is good, or my mind is in good condition, my body is in good condition. Wonderful, do nice sadhana. But these faculties, slowly they'll start deteriorating. They'll start deteriorating, and one day, the deterioration continues. Still, we need to remember Krishna. So, Madhavendra Puri, the seat of love of God in this world, Godhead in this world, he became invalid. That is a machine. Body is a machine, yantra. It doesn't stay for a long time. So he became invalid and he couldn't move. But Ishvara Puri, as a humble disciple of his spiritual master, he would clean him. He would remove his stool and urine and he would clean him up. And because of the discomfort, Madhavendra Puri, would go through so many emotions. Ishvara Puri would tolerate that. And to comfort him, he would discuss Krishna Katha. He would read, he would speak, he would read about Krishna to him patiently. But oblivious to, of course, the bodily condition, Madhavendra Puri would experience that separation. Ai Deena Dayardranatha Heran Mathuranatha. Kadavalokyase Hrudayam Tadalokya Kataram Daita Brahmyasi Kim Karomyaham. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? We see that same quality in Lord Chaitanya. Ai Deena Dayardranatha He Mathuranatha. Kadavalokyase Hrudayam Tadalokya Kataram. What should I do? What can I do? Daita Brahmyasi Kim Karomyaham. So Lord Radha, that is the mood of Radharani when Krishna left for Mathura. Intense separation. So Madhavendra Puri would experience that intense separation. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And Ishvara Puri would support spiritual master in his intense separation from Krishna. Actually, we speak about Ishvara Puri and Ramchandra Puri. One person offended such an exalted spiritual master, another person served that spiritual master with a very humble attitude. What was the result? Ramchandra Puri became a critic. He would criticize devotees. He went to the extent of criticizing Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and ruined his life. So what creates our fortune is not externals, but the internals. They both became, by their good fortune, the disciples, illustrious disciples of illustrious spiritual master Madhavendra Pūrī. But because they could not, one could not understand the mood and tried to instruct that spiritual master. Why are you feeling separation from Krishna? If you can't meditate on Krishna, if Krishna is not coming to you, why don't you meditate on Brahman? That's like, So Madhavendra Pūrī said, if I see you, I'll get all the sins. I reject you. Go away from here. But Iśvara Pūrī served spiritual master. When he was going through all the emotions, he was so pleased. Bhakti is simple, not easy. He was so pleased with Iśvara Pūrī. Madhavendra Pūrī blessed him. And because of that, Madhavendra Pūrī attained love of God. The ultimate goal of life, Iśvara Pūrī attained the love of God. The culmination of success of spiritual life. What is that quality of a preacher? Humble. One day, he came to Navadvip and stayed in the home of what is it? What is his name? Nityananda Prabhu also stayed, same home. Nandanacharya. So he stayed in the home of Nandanacharya, and he was very humble. So he went to, as a sannyasi in the renounced order. He was going door to door and came to the home of Advaitacharya. Advaitacharya was actually worshipping Krishna that time, and immediately felt the presence of a Mahabhagat devotee. Then, but he got a doubt. Because those days, Shankaracharya, taking sannyas from Shankara tradition is very prominent. So this is a Vaishnava sannyasi or a Advaitavadi, Mayavadi sannyasi. So, but the presence was very powerful. So I invited him. He said, no, I'm a very Shudra class. I'm very fallen. One of the qualities of devotees who make progress in their spiritual lives is humility. Usually we try to identify with the externals, which is actually not very advisable. A real spiritual progress is internal. Did you cross anardhana vritti? Did you come to nishta, ruchi, asakti? Did you develop attachment? Did you develop taste for the holy name? Or steadiness in sadhana? Or develop attachment for the process? These are very important. But we are so much trained to identify with the externals. When we come here, the same trend continues if you're not careful. I'm talking to myself, of course. So when Advaitacharya was in this predicament, the way Mukunda, when Madhgadadhar Pandit was trying to judge Pundarik Vidyanidhi, immediately Mukunda recited the same verse to reveal the glory of Pundarik Vidyanidhi. In the same way, to reveal the glory of Iśvara Pūrī, Haridas Thakur recited a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. When he heard the beauty of Krishna, if I'm right, the verse is Barahapira Natavara Karnayo Karnikaram Pivratvasa Kanakapi Samvajayanti Chamalam Randran Venuradara Sudayo Gopa Vrundai Vrindaranyam Swapadharmanam Pravishyat Gita Krute. This verse speaks about the beauty of Krishna. When he hears about the beauty of Krishna, immediately Ishvara Pūrī fainted, exhibited all this Ashtasatikikara. Wow! They understood. So it's very, one cannot hide, one's qualities for a long time. Devotees understood. This is a sannyasi, a monk in the renounced order, but is a devotee sannyasi. Wow. Then later they came to know actually, they're God brothers. They're all God brothers. They're all the disciples of same spiritual master. But by the will of providence, one day Ishvara Pūrī was on the road in Navadvip, came across Nimai Pandit. That time Lord Chaitanya was performing the pastimes of learning. He was the celebrity Nimai Pandit. He would defeat anybody, everybody. So Ishvara Pūrī was immediately attracted by his beauty. And Nimai Pandit offered obeisances. Who are you? And Lord Chaitanya offered obeisances. He said, my name is Nimai Pandit. Oh, you are Nimai Pandit? So that illustrious Nimai Pandit. And Lord Chaitanya said, no, I'm good for nothing. Something like that he said. He was so pleased with his humility, and he said, Lord Chaitanya said, come for lunch. He invited him for lunch. So though Lord Chaitanya was very, he would argue with each and everybody, but with Ishvara Pūrī he was very humble. So he invited him for lunch, and Sachi Mata cooked, wonderful feast for the pleasure of, Sripad Ishvara Pūrī actually. So Ishvara Pūrī, as soon as he saw him, he detected this personality is the incarnation or Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Wow. So one day, I was writing this Krishna Lilamrita book. I heard everyone says you are such a scholar. Can you please, read this book and tell any faults are there in that? Lord Chaitanya said, Krishna is very empowered by devotees. Devotees are very empowered by Krishna. Whatever they, especially Vaishnavas, whatever they write, they have written by the direct inspiration from Krishna. So anybody who finds fault with that is a sinner. We shouldn't do that. Can you hear me? Is my voice audible? Okay. Amma, can you hear me? So, Ishvara Pūrī was very pleased with his humble demeanor, Then later, he left. Then Lord Chaitanya, as Nimai Pandit, he was married. He was married, so he wanted to go to Gaya and offer Pinda to his ancestors, including his father. So he went to Gaya and he visited all the different places. Then he came to see the lotus feet of Vishnu in this Bindu Madhava temple. When he came, there, by the will of providence, he happened to meet Ishvara Pūrī. Immediately offered obeisances. He offered obeisances, said by the, the culmination of visiting the holy places, especially Gaya, I've attained the fruit What is the fruit of visiting Gaya? I got darshan. I got your darshan. I could see you. Oh Pūrī Pad, how blessed I am just to see you. Please come to my home. So, what is that? Ishvara Pūrī said, ever since I met you, I've been meditating on you only. So Ishvara Pūrī was so happy to see Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya invited him. And one day Lord Chaitanya was cooking. And Ishvara Pūrī came. He cooked only for himself actually. Chaitanya Bhagavat explains, he cooked only for himself. And as soon as he saw Ishvara Pūrī, he made offering and please come take prasad. No, we'll eat together, we'll share it. No need. Whatever, I'm just honored by your presence, please come. And Lord Chaitanya is setting an example. As a married, as a grihastha. No, it's not a problem. Please, he fed everything to Ishvara Pūrī. But Mother Lakshmi, unknown to anyone, she cooked again for Lord Chaitanya actually. So he fed him, he offered sandalwood pulp, he massaged his feet. He accepted me as Guru. And what is that? So to what extent Guru is needed? Nectar of Devotion says, out of 64 items of bhakti, first 5 are connected to Guru. 11th canto also says, the conversation between Karabhanjanga Muni and the Navayogendras and Maharaj Nimi, we are all because we expressed our, we declared our rebellion towards Krishna, expressed our envy towards Krishna, we came to this material world. And immediately we are caught by Maya. How to become free from the grip of Maya? By serving spiritual master. 11th canto, during their conversation, it is Navayogendra speak. We should constantly listen the glories of Krishna, chant the holy name, and discuss Nama Rupa Guna Leela. But all these things should be done under the guidance of a spiritual master. Then only the living entity becomes slowly, become free from the grip of Maya. If you see outside material world, everyone, if I get, I'll be happy. If I get this, I'll be happy. If I get this, I'll be happy. No, if I get this, I'll be happy. If I get this, I'll be happy. First of all, you don't get what you want. When you get what you want, usually it comes with something else. It is boring after some time. Or if you exactly get what you want, if you get what you want, it is boring. Usually you don't get what you want, it comes with a package. Another person, the package is miserable. Why I got this? Maybe I should get something else. TV. When people buy TV day one, oh, TV. After a month, they don't even acknowledge the presence of a TV. Another example for when you get what you want, okay, if I get into this relationship, I'll be very happy. Yes, but it comes with a package. So you like one portion of that person, other portion you don't like. So, wow. Maybe I should get this, then I'll be happy. So that is how, by the, trick of Maya, we'll keep on trying. If I get this, in the trying, we eventually become old. And by this time, we have gathered so many impressions in our mind. We become fruitive, and that will take us to the next life.
So how do we become free? How do we become free? Only way. Accept a spiritual master. Tadvidya pranipātena pariprashnena sevya upadekshadite jnanam jnanastatu darsana. So accept the shelter of a spiritual master. Pranipat means surrender. What are the 6 qualities of surrender? Who knows? So accept a spiritual master and surrender to him. And pariprashna, humble inquiry, not challenging. Sevaya, do service to him, humble inquiry, and a surrender. What are the surrender? What are the 6 qualities of surrender? Anukulyasya sankalpa, pratikulyasya varjanam, rakshatishati vishvasa, goptritya varanantata, atmanikshep karpanya, shadvida saranagati. Accept whatever is favorable for bhakti. Going to Mangalarti, do it every day. Reject whatever is not favorable for bhakti or ashram, whichever ashram you are in. Reject them. Rakshati Shati Vishwasa. Krishna is my protector, not my credit card, not my 401k. Who is my protector? Krishna will protect me, not my body, not my intelligence. Krishna Goptritya Varanantada. Krishna is my maintainer. Krishna is the only maintainer. Understanding this, serve Krishna with the body, mind and words. Intensely. Day after day, month after month, year after year. But the last quality, what is that? Humility. I am not anything. My Guru is everything. Krishna's grace is everything. If we exhibit these qualities, 6 qualities, it means we are surrendered. If we are not exhibiting, it means we are not surrendered. Our initiation is just a formality. Oh, who will repeat all the 6 qualities? First one. Accepting whatever is favorable for bhakti. Honestly speaking, the first 2 lines, everything comes. I thought, wow, Rupa Goswami is amazing. Accept whatever is favorable for bhakti. 99% things will come in there only. Then reject whatever is not favorable. Just by giving these 2 lines, he covered everything. What is the third one? Krishna is my protector. That is mental, So don't put faith in anything but only Krishna. This is how you transcend from material world to spiritual world. Krishna is my protector. Draupadi raised the arms up in the air and said, my Lord, hey Krishna, hey Govinda. Then Krishna came. Krishna means unlimited. His help is unlimited. Then she said, my Lord, I called you before also. Why you didn't come? Krishna said, Draupadi, initially depended on your own husbands. Later you depended on the elders. Later you depend on your own strength. But when you gave it up, gave everything up, and called me, this is surrender. Lord Chaitanya. What is surrender? She was calling, she was holding the sari like this and she was calling. Krishna didn't come. She just gave it up and she both the hands. Full surrender. If it is your desire I should become naked, I will. But you want to protect, you are the protector of devotees, you will. My Lord, I am ready. When somebody puts a gun, hands up, you will raise your hands. But this is not, there is no gun here. But Krishna wants you to raise your hands up with love. That is a surrender. So third one is mental. What is the fourth one? When you accept Krishna is my protector, Krishna is also my maintainer. Not my intelligence. Srila Prabhupada was asked, how do you maintain yourself? Prabhupada said, so what do you do for maintenance? Prabhupada said, we don't work. We don't work. One reporter asked, then it will become a scam. So one devotee said, actually we don't work in the weekends, but we work Monday to Friday. Prabhupada said, no, we don't work. So then how do you maintain? Prabhupada said, elephant eats every day 200 pounds. In Africa, you don't hear hunger deaths for elephants. God feeds elephants also, Krishna feeds elephants also. But what we do, we are doing God's work. We go door to door and campaign. That is Guru's duty. Why Krishna doesn't feed us? We have 108 temples. We not only eat, but we feed in every temple 100 people. He takes care of us. He told this reporter. One day one reporter came and asked Prabhupada, how do you guys maintain yourself? Prabhupada said, we have books and we distribute our books, little money comes, and with books you maintain all these 108 temples. How do you really maintain? So they have a feeling that it's coming, they are really, they want to dig deeper where the money is coming in. Prabhupada understood this guy is envious. Prabhupada said, Krishna, God is present in everyone's heart. God is present in your heart, God is present in my heart. God knows we need a lot of money. So when people come here, Prabhupada said, the super soul in my heart speaks to them, then they take their wallet and give all the money. And that's how we are maintaining. This guy immediately got up. Prabhupada, he felt Prabhupada is hypnotizing him, and if he stays some more time, he would take the wallet and give all the money. He walked out. So, no, Krishna is my maintainer. Krishna is my protector. But one has to diligently work. Body, mind and words. But the last one, humility. Why I said, Ishvara Pūrī exhibited that quality. I am a Shudra class. I am very fallen. One day Srila Prabhupada was asked, he was in France, sitting on a raised platform on a Vyasasana. Oh, you are the Guru of the universe? That's why you are sitting on the top of, we are all sitting down and you are sitting on the chair, on that big chair. Prabhupada, the devotee sighed. Tears in Prabhupada's eyes. Prabhupada said, I am not the spiritual master of the universe. I am everyone's servant. That has melted many devotees' hearts actually. Eventually some people accepted him as Guru. So, what is that? Why I am telling this is, Tad vijnanardam sagarim evabhigachet samit pranam satrim brahmanishtam. So if you really want to transcend the material world, if you want a release from the clutches of Maya, we need to serve the spiritual master and senior devotees, of course. So Ishvara, Lord Chaitanya, he served him, he massaged his feet and he applied sandalwood on his body. And again, next time he meets him in the temple, in the mother temple, and he asks for initiation. I am becoming agitated. I am getting agitated. Please accept me as your disciple. I need initiation. Ishvara Pūrī said, give me that mantra. Ishvara Pūrī said, mantra, I can give you my life. And initiated him in the Gopal mantras. Means he gave him first and second initiation also. That's it. So Lord Chaitanya waited only for this all these days. One cannot make progress without the grace of Guru. For that Lord Chaitanya waited. And later again he went and he saw there were the Brahmins reciting prayers and offering water to the lotus feet of Vishnu. Padotaka Tirtha. That's it. These tears gushed from his eyes. The time has come to reveal his divinity to the world. Premarasa niryasa korite aswadan ragamarga ko prati ragamarga korite pracharam. So he came to experience that love of God, premarasa niryasa korite aswadan. What he came as a Yugavatar, he came to distribute that love of God to each and every one. But not ordinary bhakti. What about bhakti? Raga marga. What about bhakti? Our bhakti is not a Vaidhi bhakti. Should I go to Mangalarti? Yes or no, yes or no. That is not, that is Vaidhi. What is Raga marga? Means intense attachment. Haribol! Can you do this service? Why not? Not like Vaidhi bhakti means, can you do this service? Always you tell me only, I should not come to the temple so often, Sunday feast, if I come every time half an hour early, they give me all these services. I come exactly for prasad only. Then I can serve prasad, eat prasad and go. That's fine to begin with. But Raga Marga means intense such an attachment. No, that right. Rupa Goswami says attraction between boy and girl. No, nobody needs to take any training. It's natural, spontaneous. I want to have that type of attraction for Krishna. Means natural attraction. So where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Intense Hare Krishna. So he considers, Lord Chaitanya considers that as a grace of a spiritual master. Of course, he is Krishna himself. Experienced Radha Bhava, he descended. Hare Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya's example when it comes to rendering service to Ishvara is exemplary. Why? One day, Lord Chaitanya went to Kumarhatta, this place, and he brought this much of clay, from that place. This is the place my spiritual master walked. So this clay, this earth here is very merciful. It's very potent. So Lord Chaitanya would eat a little bit. Doesn't mean we should go and what is the moral? Moral is I am a servant of my spiritual master. Anything connected to him is tadiya. That is very dear to me. That is worshipable for me. So, first is dāsa. Today if you go there, you will see a lake. Why? The associates and the followers of Lord Chaitanya, following his footsteps, everyone went and brought the little bit clay. It eventually became a pond. It became a lake actually. So what is very important is, in executing the order of spiritual master. Honestly speaking, I'm telling this, I'm good for nothing. I don't apply, I don't do anything. It's very easy to speak when somebody is listening. It's very painful for me to speak all these things because I cannot apply any of these things actually. So, what is that? Lord Chaitanya brought it. But of course, how do we apply Iśvara, for example, in our lives? After Lord Chaitanya came back to, and eventually took sannyas, went to Jagannath Pūrī. By this time, Iśvara left the world. And he has his two disciples, Kāshishwar and Govinda. He told them, go and serve him. Though they were god brothers, because it was an instruction of spiritual master. On the advice of Paramananda Pūrī, Lord Chaitanya accepted them. Accepted them actually. So, what is that? How do we apply this in our lives? First is good sadhana. Very important. American mental energy is very intense and powerful. Second thing is, servant of servant is very difficult, but at least good relationships. But yesterday I was watching this Harinam. There's a synergy. When the devotees come together, there's synergy. In Christianity, they show when few people come together and discuss about Jesus Christ, I am present. Likewise, when two people come together and chant the holy name, Lord Chaitanya is there as a holy name. When Krishna descends, Lord Chaitanya descends in the form of the holy name. Yesterday, Chandrasekhar Maharaj was telling, Krishna is holy name is a person, Harinam Prabhu. It's not just words. One devotee came to our temple, Farmington Hills, and he said, holy name is capsule, holy name is also medicine within the capsule. Means what? Holy name is words, but holy name is also Krishna. So if somebody is focused somebody is focusing on externals, it is just a capsule made up of wheat. But somebody really sings, really chants with humility, then holy name becomes actual medicine, the Krishna. So for that we need to have a behavior, good relationships, good sadhana. One time, one Mataji asked His Holiness Radhana Swami, what are the qualities that you expect from your disciple? I mentioned many times. 2004, he said good sadhana, good service attitude, take responsibility, surrender to authority. And he paused and he said, good relationships. These 5 things are very important. Can anyone repeat? Service attitude, 3rd one. Surrender to authority, 4th one. 5th one. I said 3rd one, take responsibility. 3rd one, take responsibility. 4th one, surrender to authority. And 5th one, good relationships. So, to go to Nishtha stage from Anardhanivritti stage, one has to go through the 3rd verse of Sikshashtakam, which exemplifies humility, which speaks of humility. Only when somebody is consciously applying this principle, then only it means they are going through the next stage of Nishtha, steadiness. Otherwise, no. They may give up a sadhana, they may give up their sadhana anytime. But a person who is consciously, he or she is trying to be humble, trying to serve, that person has gone to the next Nishtha stage. Nishtha stage, the grip of Maya slackens a little bit. It will not bother you so much. But Anardhanivritti stage, wow, what is this? Anyone has experience? Okay. Ruchi even further. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says these things actually. I know it's already time, and any question or comment otherwise? Okay, one more point. So Anardhanivritti Nishtha Ruchi Asakti. So as we progress slowly by the grace of Guru, when we apply all the 6 qualities, I am nothing before my Guru, everything is my Guru's grace. One time I heard humility means I am nothing, my spiritual master's grace is everything. Srila Prabhupada's grace is everything. Devotee's grace is everything. Then when we slowly progress from Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti like that, Ekadeshavartini, Bahudeshavartini. Prayiki, Sampurna. One more I forgot. That is how the impurities will slowly go away. Ekadeshavartini means one impurity that is bothering you, when that is gone, it is called Ekadeshavartini. Many of your impurities are gone, that is Bahudeshavartini. 3rd one, Prayiki means when you come to Nishta stage, these impurities, they're majority of them are gone, but they are there. You know? I forgot one. That one means your purification is partial. They are gone, but they come and show their heads. We are there. You are not a pure devotee. You are receiving all the worship. You are not. We are there. Oh, but they will not bother you so much. Ruchi stage actually. But you know, Pūrna means they are gone, but there is a possibility of coming back. But on the Prema stage, they are fully gone, totally burnt off. They will not manifest. These are the 5 stages. One I forgot, of course. So this is possible only when we render service under the guidance of a spiritual master. Of course, Srila Prabhupada is foundational Siksha Guru, and we are all initiated by his disciples, or his disciples' disciples. So we should continue that with humility and the 6 qualities of surrender. We should try at least. So one day we'll receive the grace of Madhavendra Puri, the whole parampara, including Madhavendra Puri, Ishvara Puri, and Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, my spiritual master, His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu, he mentions one thing. He says that one should not try to be a great devotee, but one should try to be a good devotee with great japa. So you mentioned the point of good sadhana. So naturally, great japa is one of the qualities I've seen that many devotees who are exhibiting these qualities you mentioned have. And I noticed that in yourself as well. So I was wondering if you can share with us some gems or some tips for having good japa or great japa. As I noticed, every time when you chant your japa in the morning, it's very focused, very attentive, very, so we can just have a drop of that.
One time I asked him in Vrindavan, and actually Govardhan. So Prabhuji, you are telling Shuddhanam is not a name, it is a state of consciousness. And you are telling Krishna has to bestow that consciousness on you. Then what is the use of all these techniques? I asked. It has to be bestowed. Shuddhanam, what are the 3 things? Nama Prad, Nama Vas, Shuddhanam. 3 stages. So, but you are telling holy name, Shuddhanam is not name, it is state of consciousness that has to be bestowed by Krishna on you. Then Prabhuji, what is the use of, I give so many techniques, and you said, then what is the use of techniques? So should I apply the techniques? I asked him. You know what he said? Yugala-kiśora, it means, when you are applying techniques means you are sincere. You are trying to approach Krishna because your mind is so difficult to control. So you are trying different means and ways to approach Krishna. So Krishna appreciates that. So he said, continue with the techniques. I really liked the answer actually. So eventually, when you are applying techniques means you are sincere. He said, continue. Okay? So you want me to give some techniques? Because most of us, I do seminars on these things. One thing I can tell, Burjana Prabhu's, I attended Burjana Prabhu's seminar one time. He says only one mantra. So what I do, I do this. Many brahmacharis and Chopati, I have seen them doing it. So wherever is your mind, I focus on 4 mantras. The moment I touch like this, wherever is my mind, listen. Wherever my mind may be in India, the moment I touch this, I come and listen the holy name. Sacinandana Maharaj says, listen the first Hare. So I focus on the 4 mantras, not one round. What I focus? Only 4 mantras. I do this, then this. So when I touch like this, wherever is my mind, Wherever my mind is, hey, come and listen. Listen, listen, listen. I saw so many sannyasis doing this actually. So, Burjan Prabhu says one, but this worked for me actually. Listen this. That is one. I mean this one, in this other hand. Actually my bead bag is here, this other hand, this one. The second one is, actually I have 10, it's 9 to 10, but I can tell few. One thing worked wonders. When I became helpless, I can full round, I can focus actually. My Lord, I'm very fallen. Another third one is focus on the tongue. Focus on the tongue. Harinam is entering into your ear, entering into the heart. Krishna is sitting there. Because, the holy name is Krishna, right? Lord Chaitanya is combination of Radha and Krishna. He enters into your heart, enters into your ear, enters into your heart. But heart is dirty. So, you can imagine this actually. Tongue, third. These three are enough now. So, but this worked.
Come back in 10 days, you'll tell us.
We can tell. No, I have a seminar on that actually. So, okay, next. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. You said something interesting about humility. You said when you get humble, like the third verse of Shastakam is that humbler than a blade of grass, then Maya eases up on you, but she doesn't leave you alone. But I was wondering, if you've become that humble, what does she have to work with? Because at least what I see is...
If you become that humble?
Yeah, if you become as humble as mentioned in Shikshastakam, you said Maya only eases up, but she doesn't really leave you alone. But what does she have to work with if you're that humble?
As long as impurities are there, as long as we have not reached the prema stage, we have to patiently wait. My experience, utsaha nischaya dharyat, enthusiasm, confidence and patience. Third one is more important, I felt. Enthusiasm is needed. They are all three equally important, but very important third one. Prabhuji, this Krishna consciousness is not acquired. Krishna consciousness is awarded. Krishna has to bestow. Now I have got humility, so today onwards I should reach prema? No. This all works between Krishna and Maya. Prisoner cannot decide. Who will decide? The superintendent and the authorities, the judge. So judge has to tell, his sentence is 30 years, but his behavior is exemplary, release him. So we are serving rest of the eternity sentence. The Krishna says no, he is Lord Chaitanya actually. Their behavior is very good, let them go. Superintendent is Durga. So for that to happen, you need to not just Monday morning or Tuesday morning you show humility. Now I have shown tomorrow. No. You have to keep on showing humility until they believe. They will believe only when it becomes natural. Bhakti Swami said, fake it until you make it. I'm so humble. But internally, give me this result because I am humble. Give me this because I am humble. Krishna says, all right. But a day comes, whether you give it or not, 8th verse, full surrender. Whether you embrace me or push me away, making me broken-hearted, you are my Lord, birth afterward. When that becomes natural, because Krishna is inside, he is watching straight. Then, anyway, you are humble. You are anyway liberated, but you don't care whether you are liberated or not because you are so mad after Krishna anyway. So Krishna consciousness is awarded, it is not acquired. So, but when this becomes your natural quality, though you are being present here, you are already liberated. Okay. And does it answer your question? Anything else? Anyone else? Otherwise we'll end it. Okay, one more.
Not Just want to, I was wondering, Krishna is said that millions of Lakshmis wait to serve him, and just in a blink of his eye, they just give him all kinds of enjoyment, all kinds of food stuff he need and all. But here we see Krishna cooked for Sri Iśvara Pūrī. So what is the position of Sri Iśvara Pūrī? Can you share something on this?
Guru, spiritual master, Krishna is telling, Lord Chaitanya is telling, even, that is the importance of spiritual master, Guru, So Lord Ram has Guru, Krishna has Guru, Lord Chaitanya has Guru. That is Guru's position, because Guru goes door to door to door to door, So Krishna is actually, what is it? Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Sastra. So Guru does the work of Krishna, that's why Guru is dear to Krishna. Guru comes externally as Paramatma, internally externally as Guru, internally as Paramatma, to train the living entities, to guide the conditioned souls. Because Guru is doing that service to Krishna, that Guru is very dear to Krishna. That's why Krishna is holding him in that position. What is that Rampasma is telling? Wherever love is there, Krishna will go there. You're right. All these Lakshmis are there serving Krishna. But we are here languishing in the material world. Not proper sadhana. But Krishna wants us. Chaitanya Charitamrita explains. Millions of universes of gold and silver on one side, a struggling sadhaka on another side. You ask Krishna, out of these two, which one you want? Krishna doesn't even look that side. Krishna is here. Because I can create them in 1 second. But the prema I cannot create. So you are trying to approach, yes, I want it. That's what Radharani, So who is bringing the souls back to Krishna's fold? Guru. That's why Guru is very dear to Krishna. That's my answer. Okay. Thank you very much. And if I have spoken anything wrong, excuse me as a servant. Very grateful for your patient audience. Hare Krishna. Gandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Iśvara Pūrī Pad ki, Radha Govind Dev ji ki, Gaur Nitai ki, Giriraj Govardhan ki, Nitai Gaur Har Premanande. Thank you very much. Ananta Koti Vaishnavanda ki. Thank you. If I have spoken anything wrong, do excuse me as your humble servant, but very grateful for your